Have you ever caught yourself thinking, it's faster if I do this myself? Or why would I trust somebody else on my team to do this thing for me? Well, this is the challenge with micromanagement. And this is the challenge that I see lots of business owners and change makers around the world struggling because they feel that they can do it better, they can do it faster. And what's the point of stopping to teach somebody else and bring them along on that journey? Well, the whole point is it actually frees up your time. It gives you freedom, and it's the premise and the foundation of a successful, sustainable business. If you are not comfortable micromanaging, you need to get past this because ultimately you don't have a business if you're not able to outsource tasks. If you can't trust your team with the tasks that you're providing your clients with, then you don't have a company, you have a job. Micromanagement usually starts with good intentions, but we want to build systems and processes and training for our team members so that they're empowered to do things the best way for them. We want to create a space for quality, consistency, and results without the fatigue of micromanagement. We want to empower a team by handing what I call passing the monkey to our team so that they can then manage and keep that monkey or that task alive and create the best solution for the task or the challenge at hand. The other problem is that if you have to check every single task, ask yourself why. Where is that stemming from? Is it that you have a people problem? Is it maybe a systems problem? Or do you ultimately have a trust problem? Where does this need for control stem from? Where is it coming from? A lot of times we notice that folks need better systems. They need better documented processes. They need better training for their team. Or sadly, it also comes down to a people match issue. We perhaps have somebody who's great for the team and the culture, but they're in the wrong role and you've given them the wrong tasks. And it's important to identify where that lack of trust or that issue is coming from. Great teams don't need micromanagement or constant supervision. When you hire the right people, you put them in their zone of genius, you build training, you have the systems, you've given them the power to complete the tasks in the ways that's the best of their ability. And oftentimes they make it better than your original process. And they document those changes to the process. They help elevate your team. They elevate the company. And then you can trust them to complete their tasks. And at that point, you no longer need to look over their shoulder. You no longer need to check things. You know that they are brilliant at their role and that they have this. Control doesn't create better performance. It's the opposite, actually. Nobody wants to be micromanaged. Nobody wants to be, stuck in a back corner where they have to do something a specific way. Having protocols and processes is great, but what if the person you hired has a better way of doing it? What if new technology or a new personality is able to be more productive and more efficient and ultimately reach a better key performance indicator? They outperform the original setup, the original system, the original process. When we try to control and micromanage, we back them into a corner where they can't use their abilities and they can't make it better. And that's not good for anyone. The hidden cost here isn't just burnout. And we're stuck in micromanagement hell, and it is a hell that we create for ourselves. We get burnt out. The reason is we lose our team and ourselves. We lose innovation. We lose our initiative, our speed. We can't listen to our own intuition. We're certainly not staying in our own zone of genius. We're not allowing our team to do the same. And we're certainly not building a culture that allows for innovation. When we try to control everything, we don't allow our team members to stumble, to fall, to fail quickly, to learn. And the best learning occurs when we're forced to face a challenge or a problem, and then we get to step up into our zone of genius with our brilliance to solve it. And sometimes that means failing and learning from our failures. And when we learn from our failures, it's never a failure. It's called growth. It's called transformation. It's called opportunity. Now, here's another really important fact. Trust doesn't mean that we're disappearing. I don't want you to go from the extreme of micromanaging to no management at all. Leadership requires the right kind of management. It's somewhere in the middle. It means being supportive for your team when they get stuck, having that open door policy. It means providing ongoing training and support and professional development for the team. And it does mean check-ins and oversight in terms of, let's look at the metrics, let's look at the reports, let's see how you're performing. Let's have a monthly check-in, a weekly check-in. Let's have some protocols where we can manage the tasks loosely and ensure that those monkeys are alive, but in a way that allows freedom and flexibility instead of hovering. Leaders should build systems, not dependencies. This is so important. When we build systems and processes and we provide training and support for our team and that open door policy, there are no limits. This creates a culture and a safe process and container for growth, for learning, for transformation, for innovation. And it provides that container and that culture where they feel psychologically safe enough to try new things, to innovate, to fail fast, to learn. So if you find from listening to this that you've been spending your days following up, approving every single decision, or you're constantly putting out fires with your team or tasks or monkeys that feel like they're dying, it might be time to rethink how your business is operating. You see, leadership isn't about doing more. It's really about creating the clarity and trust that allows your team to thrive. And so if you find yourself with all these micromanagement things that we just went through and you feel stuck, we'd love to support you and help your team get back to a place of optimization, a place of operational excellence that holds that container of safety for your team to innovate. The foundation and core elements necessary for you to create a beautiful business that's sustainable and will thrive, because it creates the foundation for your team members, your employees, your business partners to be set up for success, to thrive, to have the freedom to do it their way and the freedom to experiment, transform, and ultimately grow your business. We hire people for the things we're not skilled in, the plateaus we get stuck on, the summits we're trying to climb together. If we can't trust them for their brilliance that you originally hired them for, what are we doing? That's shooting yourself in the foot. Creating a space for operational excellence that allows that cultural container for your team to thrive. That is the stuff of miracles and success. And that is where businesses blast through plateaus and reach excellence. Complete excellence. If you're struggling with this, we'd love to have a conversation with you and help you and your team bust through that next plateau, create that container for that beautiful culture that I know you want and desire. Keep climbing that summit change maker, keep leaning into trust with your team, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Thank you.